Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I've had a few requests from people on how I edit my Instagram photos, so I'm going to be showing you that today. Hopefully I can make this work, having to edit and stuff. I've never tried to put a screen recording onto a video before, but let's hope that I can figure it out. So I'm going to show you all my tips and tricks on how to get your perfect Instagram photo and what apps I use to edit my photos. So I've just moved over, so hopefully I will have my phone screen up here. So I'm just going to start off by going into FaceTune. And this is the normal FaceTune, not FaceTune 2. And I'm going into the wee camera on the left hand corner and going open photo. And I'm going to choose the bottom one here. This is the one I picked out of all my favourites. So the first thing I do with my photos is whiten them up a bit. So I'm going to scroll to filters and go click on lighten and lighter, and it comes straight away with the default, which is 50, and I like to just put my finger on the screen and pull it left until we get to 10. I normally like 10. I feel like FaceTune doesn't have great quality, so you can't really see your photos that great, which is a bit annoying, but 10 is definitely the one I pick. So I'm just going to click the red icon here, and I'm going to click lighten again and go lighter, and I'm just going to pull it up this time until I'm happy with the background colour. So this is going to really brighten up your photos, but obviously I'm now a wee bit overexposed, so I'm going to go to wipe, and I'm basically going to rub that all over myself and this will darken it back up again, so this just brings it back to what it was before. And I'm going to click the red icon again and then the tick in the right hand corner. Okay, so the next thing I go on to is the smoothing tool, and this is because I have loads of little hairs all the way around my head. I did just wash my hair today, so it does go a wee bit fluffy. So I'm going to go into smoother and scroll in and smooth all of them out a little bit. This is just going to make your photo look a little bit neater. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the smooth tool, and this is when I come over my skin a little bit. So any areas where I have a little bit of texture, which is everywhere, I'm just going to smooth that out slightly. Now I try not to go too hard with this tool, but sometimes you can get a little bit carried away. And I'm also going to go onto my neck. I've got a little dry patch on my neck there. It's horrible, but I do have eczema, so I do get dry patches sometimes. So when you're happy with that, you just click the tick there. Now I do have a little spot on my chin here, so I'm going to go onto patch and put a patch down, and you can just go over the little bit and pick an area of skin, and that'll just completely get rid of it. I'm also going to do it up here on near my eye, because I have one here as well. So I'm now going to go into tones and go into picker. I'm just going to scroll in. I have a little bit of shadow around like this area of my nose, and that's because of the lashes that I have on. So I'm just going to pick the lighter colour here. I'm just going to tap that away a little bit, so you can kind of erase a wee bit of the shadow, and then go on a razor and just tap that, make it a little bit less dramatic. Okay, whilst in tones, I'm going to go up to the lash line. I always darken up the lash line because it never shows it's like a true black colour. So I'm going to go into picker again and just get one of the darker colours in the lash, and I'm just going to smooth that over the lash line. I'm also going to do that on the other eye, like so, and I feel like that does make like a really big difference. Okay, while we're here, I'm going to go into the highlight on my cheek, and I'm going to select a light point, and again, because I've got these big eyelashes on, it shows a wee bit of a shadow in the inner corner, so I'm just going to tap that in the inner corner a bit and bring out that highlight. Now going into the details tool. This tool is amazing. I love this one. This is definitely one of my favourites, I think after the whiten tool. And I'm going to go into that glitter on my eye. And this will just make it pop a lot so you can see the difference there. That's a good thing about this bottom right hand corner as well. You've got the little blue squares, so that will show you the difference. So I'm going to go over and do that on the other bit of glitter as well. Again, so you can see the difference. And I also like to go over my brow with this as well, because the fluffy brows are so in just now. I like to really highlight them. So again, that makes a big difference. It just gives a wee bit more structure to them, because sometimes the camera can smooth things out without you wanting them to be. And I'm also going to go over some bits of highlighter on my face, and this really helps your highlighter pop. But sometimes I feel like I have a wee bit too much texture, like up here. I'm not liking how that's looking, so I'm just going to rub that out again. And I also like to go into my eye now, the green in my eye, because I like to make that stand out a little bit more. So I'll just tap the eye and that kind of brings out the colour. Sometimes you can go a wee bit far with that, so I'll maybe tap a little bit after with the remove, but I'm quite happy with that. Also, I'm going to go back into tools again, because if you can see my eye here, it's a little bit red in towards the inner corner, and that's because when I'm taking photos with the lights, it makes my eyes all water and red and sore. So I'm going to go in with the picker again and go to the lighter part of your eye. You'll find that your eye's so grey as well when you're taking these kind of photos. I think it is because of the shadow of the lashes as well. So I'm going into tones, and I'm just going to tap that and make the eye a little bit brighter. So you can see a big difference there. And it doesn't look fake at all. It just looks, it makes a difference. Makes you look like you've not got pink eye. And I'm going to go back into details and go over that gloss a little bit. I love a good shiny gloss. I don't actually put on gloss that often, but I feel like I really should, because it does make much difference. And to finish this off, I'm going to go into my teeth a little bit and go on the whiten tool. It's like a little toothbrush with toothpaste on it. And I'm going to go over my teeth, and that'll really brighten them up. I love the way that looks. I also like to go into reshape sometimes as well, because I have big beefy shoulders, so I'm going to go into refine and just kind of shrink my shoulder down a little bit, because gymnastics definitely gave me man's shoulders and I'm so over it, so I like to shrink them down a little bit sometimes and make them look a bit more normal. And I'll maybe volumise my hair a little bit. Just a wee bit, and I think that does make a big difference too. Okay, so I'm now going to save that to my camera roll, and we'll see the difference now. So there's before and after. So it is a lot just brightening and smoothing. That's definitely the main thing that I do, and I'm not ashamed of face tuning my photos. Everyone on Instagram does it. When you've got a high quality camera and lights, all the texture on your skin is just going to be horrible, and I have had acne in the past, so it is one of my insecurities. So I will smooth my skin, and I don't care what anyone says about it. I'm honest about using FaceTune, and that's all that matters. So I'm now going to come off of FaceTune, and I'm going to go into Lightroom. Well, here's my last one I did, and I'm going to go into a new one from camera roll, and the recent one we've got. And I'm going to click colour, scroll down a little bit and on to vibrance. That's the third one down, and this really makes the colours pop in your photos. It's one of my favourite hacks ever. I only found out about it recently, but it definitely makes a difference. So I'm just going to pull that up a bit. So you can pull it all the way up and it'll look all crazy, but it does bring out all the colours in your skin. Let's see, maybe go down a little bit. And here's, if you hold the screen, it'll show you before and then the after. Okay, so I'm happy with that, so I'm going to tick that. And I'm just going to save it. That's all I do in Lightroom. I just bring up the vibrance a little bit. Export to camera roll. With the vibrance as well, it basically is just bringing out that colour that you can't see on camera. And to finish off, I'm going to go into Fonto. And the middle icon at the bottom, full albums, all photos, and the recent one again. And press done. Okay, you're going to tap the screen and add text. This is how I add my watermark to photos. I think this is really important because you get a lot of pages on Instagram that will just take your photo and post it somewhere, and a lot of the time they're just showing support, but if you don't have your user on it, then they're not going to be able to find you if there's a person that sees it that wants to follow you. So I always put my watermark on. And this is also good if anyone ever puts your stuff up on Pinterest, because I've had that happen before as well, and if I didn't have my watermark on it, nobody would know where the photo came from. So I've just went into here and I'm going to put in my username, which is _makeup by Lisa, and that's my Instagram username if anyone wants to follow me. I like to always have this in line with another part of me, so I normally line it with my hair. I'm going to go to 50 here and then press the minus button until that fits. So this is just on the tilt tool until that looks good. And I also like it to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go into style, and I like to go on the dark grey one, not the black, because I feel like the black can be a wee bit too much. So I'm going the dark grey and also alpha at the bottom. Just going to pull that down a little bit, and that'll make it more sheer, as you can see here. So I pull that down a little bit. When I'm happy with that, I go done. And then I'm going to go on the arrow and save the image. And that is how I Facetune my photos. I'm going to compare the before and after. So here is the before photo and here is after. As you can see, I don't change too much in it. It is just like the colour and the brightness, and it does make a big difference. I feel like this has been a really short video. That did not take me long to do, but it never does. It's always really quick, and I really enjoy actually editing photos. I think it's super fun. I hope that that helps some people out if you aren't sure how to edit your photos or you want to learn a new way to do it. This is definitely my go-to way. That's how I edit every photo now, but I can imagine it'll change again at some point. I hope everyone's having an alright time in quarantine. I know it is hard at this end, this really strange thing that's happening now, but hopefully it'll be over soon and you're all happy and healthy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon down below, and that will let you know when I post. I post every Sunday at around 6:30. So far I've been consistent and I've posted every Sunday since I started, so I'm really proud of that. And if you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me at _makeup by Lisa. My Facebook page is makeup by Lisa X, and my other Instagram, actually, my client Instagram, is makeup by Lisa clients. Please go view my last YouTube video if you haven't already. It is a vlog, and I show you on that vlog how I actually take my photos, so you can have a wee bit of the before action as well. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye 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 bye.